Good morning to the Monday morning inspiration for the joy of creation and the magic of art, creativity, and play. So I have one of my not quite finished Phoenix paintings behind me here. Wanted to be here today for the Monday morning inspiration. And so the theme for today is, are you willing to be seen? And what does this even mean? So good morning, everybody who is here right now and who is going to watch this later. Are you willing to be seen? And what does this all bring up for you? Are you willing for your creations to be seen, even if they are maybe not yet where you desire them to be? If they are not complete yet, or maybe you have some points of view about them. So this Phoenix painting here behind me, I actually started it years ago. It's not a new, fresh start. So, and there had been something where all of a sudden the energy was not there. I have other Phoenix paintings that I did, and then this one, it was like, flat, sort of. Have you ever had that where there's really no energy and nothing is really moving anymore? So what I'm then choosing is, I'm not insisting upon finishing it, sort of forcing it. I let it go. So then I have paintings here in my studio that are unfinished. They are there, and I know they are there, and I don't put them away or something. Although I did that also. Or let me change what I just said. And then I find them. I come across them, and then this morning, for instance, I was setting up the studio here, and went through, okay, who wants to be here on the easel, and who, like, what is there, just going through them, like, with curiosity. And this one sort of popped. It's like, okay, well, all right, you are not finished yet, but you want to be here. Cool. So are you willing for those things that are unfinished, that have not found your approval, meaning judgment, yet? Are you willing for all those creations to be seen? Are you willing to be seen no matter what is going on, no matter where you have judged you for not being perfect, or not being like great, or not being whatever your judgment is, the perfect father, mother, boss, employee, baker, sports person, athlete, or whatever you have judged yourself? Are you willing to just be seen the way you are? And what if you are not wrong? What if you were not judgeable? So are you willing to be seen? See, in this reality, we learn that we must first achieve something. We must have degrees, or somebody must approve of us. Somebody outside of us must approve of us. Like I had a singing teacher, and she did not allow me to be out with my voice unless she had determined that I was ready and good enough to even be out there and sing. So what if that is purely and simply an interesting point of view? And did you have any people like this one person I had in my life, who first wanted me to meet her approval and her basically whatever benchmark she was using for judging whether somebody is ready or not? Like, have you been told you are not ready yet? Have you been told you are not good enough yet? Have you been told that your creations, whatever that was, we're not good enough yet. Did you have people in your life that told you that? And then what did you do with it? What did you do with it? What did you choose then? So no matter when that was, are you willing to let that go now? It doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't. It was just one person's point of view. Maybe 2 or 3. Who cares? How many people are there in the world? And there's somebody else who is the main judge. And that is you. So are you willing to stop judging you, stop judging your creations, and just be the joyful you and let them out? It doesn't matter. Somebody will always have a point of view. So this, you remember this, okay? Somebody will always have a point of view about you, about your creations, how they are great or not so great. As an artist, you will always have that. Always. It will never be that you never have somebody with a point of view that you will come across. So are you all willing to have your back? To just say, okay, that's an interesting point of view, and thank you, and I keep creating. And just for a moment, just I would like to go there with you just for a moment. Just think about for a moment the contribution that your creations might be to somebody. Whatever you are writing, what can this create for somebody out there in the world? You might not even know where they are, where they see. With social media today, when people come across your posts, your words, your energy, your ideas, your joy, whatever you are sharing, what if that could really change something for somebody else? With your willingness to be seen, and also what this means is being vulnerable, and your willingness to be vulnerable, what can this create for somebody else? Had you had somebody who was willing to be that vulnerable and just, show and put out whatever they created, and they were these joyful beings, and then they also never stopped, and they didn't allow anybody to stop them. What if you had had somebody like this in your life? What could this have created for you when you grew up? And please feel free to ask questions here. Whatever this is bringing up for you, or whatever you would like to say to this, chime in and share, okay? And so, yeah, what is this all bringing up for you? Have you been trying to hide? And are you willing to come out of hiding? You are the only one of your kind on the planet. It's like this phoenix behind me. It's the only one of its kind. So are you. You are unique. You know things. You can create things. And so what have you been creating and then hiding? And are you willing to bring it out of hiding and just allow it to be? If you have a painting and maybe you like a part of it, well, cut that part out and throw the rest away and frame that part. It's your painting. It's like, do you see what freedom is in all of that? When we don't judge ourselves, and then also when other people judge you, just think within you, wow, that's just an interesting point of view. And what can I create? What is possible? So I brought this phoenix out again, and I will see, is there something, do I continue painting it? Is it now? Is it in the future? It's always interesting to touch a painting that has been in the corner or somewhere on the side in the studio, bring it out again and look at the energy of it. What is there now? What energy is there now that was not there when I was painting it? What is there now? What can I contribute to the painting now? What would it like to be? Will I continue painting it in acrylic, or will I paint oil on top, or what is it? And so I'm starting to really be curious about that. And it might really change, and I'm willing to change it. I'm not locking this painting in as, oh, now I must not change it because it's there. And so are you afraid that you will mess it up? Do you have that? So you better don't touch it and you hide it. It's not what you thought it could be. You hide it. Well, then might as well burn it. Like, what is that energy there? And can you see how this energy is also locking something up in your life energetically? What if we don't ever lock anything up? Well, yeah, that painting, I totally messed it up. It's like that is like so weird. And what if that is actually okay? Mess it up. Totally mess it up. Like, doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect. What if you don't have to be perfect? And what is perfect? Perfect is like a great pile of judgment. And are you willing to let that go? Thank you. The greatest artists came across what in hindsight is called a style. They came across something very often by mistake. Something like fell on the painting or dripped on the painting, a different color or paint, and it was like, oops, now there's this big blob sitting in my painting. And then what if that is not wrong, but we start creating with it? What is there that you have totally avoided to look at because you judged it as wrong? Are you willing to let that go? Just like, it's okay, cool. There will be another day. There will be another canvas. Take it. Oh my gosh, how many paintings have I destroyed? Just torn them apart, and then I use them as bookmarks or as business cards. I had a whole pile that I took with me to Costa Rica. I wrote my data, my name and phone number, email on the back, and it were like really pretty business cards. Who cares? Like, can you see how this is really freeing? So everywhere you have locked yourselves up in the desire to be perfect. And is it even your desire? The desire that even somebody else had like injected into you, that you must be perfect before you go out to be seen. Will you let that go? Thank you. Be you and be out. Be as different and crazy and joyful as you are with everything that you create. And then see the contribution that you can be. Frank Lloyd Wright was known to go when he required money, and so he had to find a job. He had to find people to give him a construction, an architecture, a design job, right? So he was known for going out in Madison to the square, and he had his like a long coat on, and he was like just like wavy and big large strides, like roaming the square and like being wild and crazy and being him. The willingness to be you. What is that even? Come out of hiding. Hey, is hiding fun for you? Maybe it is, then you can keep doing it. But if it's okay. But if it's not, well, what's it going to take for you to come out of that hiding place and be you, be out, shine? And if people have a point of view about it, it's like, who cares? See, artists were always judged, like harshly, and they kept creating. And now we see the paintings in museums, and everybody is talking about how great the expressionists were and the Dadaists. But then when they were contemporaries back then, they were like shunned, judged, ridiculed. And so what? Think about when music changed from the classical music into like the path into jazz and pop and rock. Hey, there were artists that, and to this day, they are being judged. So what? We keep creating, right? Just keep creating. And if it is joyful for you, whatever is joyful for you is a contribution to the earth. Have you ever looked at that? When you are joyful and you smile and you are happy and you walk your walk with happiness and maybe even a song. How much judgment is on your voice? I mean, I could just go on forever here, right? So yeah, are you willing to let this all go? See, if you would ask questions here, you can also, like, we can talk about all of this. Do you judge your voice? Do you judge your body? Are you willing to come out of hiding? Sing. You know, there's nothing that keeps you from it but you. And if you have made any judgment by anybody else real and mean something, you have actually solidified it and locked it into your reality. So are you willing to melt all that? Melt it. Decompose it. Compost it, or whatever. Put it in the compost pile, please. Now, yes? Thank you. I wish you all a wonderful, magnificent week, and I will see you next Monday morning. I wonder, what can you create? What can you start to look at this week? And what questions can you ask in your reality, in your universe, or even here on the Monday Morning Inspiration that could actually change whatever is going on in your life and that keeps you from being the joyful you? Have a wonderful week. I see you soon.